Alright, make that 0 for 4 on die rolls, but hasn't seemed to slow us down so far. This hand is pretty bad. I'm going to mulligan. This is better. Scry. Bug. I think I would rather have a discard outlet than that, so I'm going to pitch that to the bottom. We have more cards that we want in our yard than we can do anything. Affinity I'm not a big fan of as a matchup, especially when we've lost the die roll. Faithless Looting's pretty good though. I'm going to lead with Neonate because we can get the Dredge going immediately. Alright, so I'm going to pitch this now, hopefully hitting a Narcomoeba to surprise eat that Signal Pest. No such luck. Only take one. Ooh, looks like his hand's pretty bad though, so that's good for me. No more Dredgers, that's also annoying. But we do have a Conflagrate, which is like the key card in this matchup. Welding Jar does complicate that a little bit. Probably just going to Cathartic this turn. Use the ability, sure. Auto yield. Save myself as much life as possible here. Just grab a basic. Don't think I'll be needing black mana this game. Pitching Bloodghast and Stinkweed. Dredge 1, Dredge 2, Dredge 3. Got one Narcomoeba in our yard. That's pretty solid. A bunch of Amalgams. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this if he has nothing else to follow up his start. Yep. I'm not sure what he kept, but anyway, nice little fast win. So here, Ancient Grudges, Golgari Charm, because the -1/-1 is very relevant. Revelry, probably Decay and Claim. I don't think Lightning Axe, and then Dark Blast. As for cuts, haven't actually sideboarded against Affinity with this configuration before. I think we just trim on some spells. Not sure how correct that is, but we do want to... we're going to be spending our turn on non-creature removal more so than discarding. We can trim on a land again. Haunted Dead's still good because the 1/1 flyer is relevant in the matchup. I think I can cut like a Bloodghast. That card's not great in this matchup, and we're slowing down our engine a little bit by trimming on discard outlets. Could consider an Amalgam also, but this card I think is just so important for turning the tide, and this matchup does devolve into a race pretty often. Yeah, this looks good to me. Historically, I have a pretty bad record against Affinity decks, at least in paper. I have a pretty abysmal win rate against them, even though this matchup should, in theory, be favorable. Let's mulligan this. This hand's a little too slow. If we had any 1-mana card, I'd be happy to keep this, but I don't think we can afford to. This is pretty bad. I think I have to keep it, though. This hand is awful, though. Bottom that. We can't even do anything on turn 1, and our turn 2 is not going to be much better. Oh, I think I maybe made a mistake there. I was supposed to Conflagrate for 0 just to get it into the yard. Okay, he just wants to turn on Metalcraft. Rest in peace, okay. Well, I do have some hate for that at least. But it's going to take us a while to get there. We just have to draw it off the top naturally. Really, rest in peace out of Affinity, that's interesting. Alright, it'll just pass. We can Conflagrate for 1. Hardcast. We can hardcast a Stinkweed Imp, which blocks most of their creatures. Caster, that's pretty good. Thin my deck a little bit. I'm looking for like a Golgari Charm or a Nature's Claim or whatever. Amoeba, not so much. Let's hardcast the Stinkweed Imp, just to threaten a trade. Springleaf Drum, Plating, okay. That is Summoning Sick, my friend. Let's see, am I dead next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he can have a 9/9 or a 9 power Inkmoth Nexus. There's nothing I can do to stop it. So what am I, just hard casting a Bloodghast here? Not ideal. That's pretty rude. You're just dead on the spot. So that's a 10 power. Well, it didn't work very well. I think our plane is still fine though. We have plenty of ways to get rid of that Rest in Peace, assuming he can even cast it. I don't think we really need to change anything. Cutting the engine maybe hurts us a little too much. Maybe we want to bring in like another Cathartic or a Faithless Looting to speed our deck up a little bit. But I think just the plan of being like moderately grindy with all the hate interaction we have should work out fine in theory. But maybe that approach is bad. Maybe that's why I've had such a bad win rate against Affinity. Right, this hand is pretty solid. No Dredger, which is the one thing we're missing, but 2 discard outlets is more than we can ask for. He mulliganed, put on the bottom. Lead with Faithless Looting. Not sure why you would play Rest in Peace when you already have access to Grafdigger's Cage, which is just better in general anyway. Alright, I'll just pitch Bloodghast Haunted Dead. This isn't the best set of draws. At least we can amass a bit of an offense here on turn 2. Prize Amalgam, that was actually a very good draw. So I'm going to do this main phase in case of a Rest in Peace. So in response to the Bloodghast trigger, I'm going to fetch a Black Saurus. doing it in response because this Amalgam will be able to see the Bloodghast. Ooh, that was actually a mistake though, because it'll just see the Haunted Dead entering, so there's no need to do this main phase, but we've come this far. Pay 2 life, yes. So no, I guess I actually... yeah, I might as well still do it. Okay, so we'll say no to this. And then, yeah, I'm just doing this all in the wrong order, but get this back, pitching these two. And then I'll say yes to the ability. Alright, let's see if this is good enough. Casual 8 power on turn 2. Technically isn't even the most busted thing you can be getting up to in Modern, to be fair. No conflict rate, so it's not like he's auto-dead. But now if his game plan revolved around like Rest in Peace or something, he's in for a hard time. Bound Ravager. And False Scourge. Okay. Do I want to dredge? Probably. Ooh, Dark Blast, that was an excellent draw. Let's play Neonate. So now things get interesting. We can attack before playing our land. Yeah, Dark Blast is kind of the perfect answer here to whatever. It prevents him from doing anything too crazy. Play our land. Pass the turn. Yeah, and that should just do it, because then we just get to... we could instant speed, get back this Dark Blast, and start ripping apart his board, and that'll do it.